Hey guys, it is time for my mental health vlog. It's Monday, not Sunday. Yesterday was Father's Day, and our day was honestly slap packed full. Um, so by the time I thought about making my vlog, it was like about 10:30 at night. And I'm like, it'll happen tomorrow. So hi, it's Monday, and it's time for my mental health vlog. Um, Last week's topic, I discussed a personal experience with rape and sexual assault. And I provided more information than I usually include the very rare moments I do talk about the experience. And I guess I was thinking about the fact that I had just purged and shared more of that than I really honestly ever have. And then I was getting a shower after I did my vlog. And I always listen to, music in the shower. And you all know that music is very important to me. It moves me, it connects with me. It's my ADHD auto thing. Anyway, music's just, I feel music very deeply. And Let It Go from Disney's Frozen came on my playlist. And I was belting along and singing with it, and I was listening to the words, and I was applying those words to my feelings of how I just felt, regurgitating and sharing and digging up those details that I haven't really given a whole lot of thought. And I'm in the shower and I'm singing the song, and then as I'm singing, I just start bawling and have a complete and total emotional breakdown. Because, it's funny how some distance makes everything seem small. The fears that once controlled me can't get to me at all. It's time to see what I can do. And just all these things about letting go and letting the past not control you anymore and hold on to you anymore. And it was just the right song at the right time, and I had a complete and total emotional breakdown in the shower, which sounds really, really sad, but honestly, when I have big emotional swells, it means that I've probably been harboring or holding on to or suppressing something, and when I do get those big swells of grief or emotion or whatever, I know that I'm letting out things I need to let out. I know that I'm feeling things I need to feel. Feelings are intended to be felt. I'm really excited about the Inside Out 2 movie that came out this weekend, and I didn't get a chance to see it yet. But their tagline, one of the taglines is emotions are meant to be felt. And I was talking to my son about going to see it because I love Disney movies. I want to see them with my son. He's like, well, I don't want to see it today, which was this weekend. He's like, but I'll go see it with you. But I feel like they've ruined it because they started with so many emotions and then they're adding additional ones. And that doesn't make sense. And I'm like, oh, dude, it absolutely makes sense. And I said, this is the perfect movie for you and I to go see. I said, one, because you are a preteen. You have all these new feelings and emotions and you may not understand them. And this can absolutely help you with that. And me, as a parent of a preteen, it'll allow me to see what the hell's going on in your head and try and find ways to communicate that together. So, tying that in, your emotions are absolutely meant to be felt. Good, bad, and different. There are feelings of a difference. So embrace your feelings, feel your feelings. Feeling your feelings is not a weakness. Your ability to feel and process your feelings and emotions is a fucking superpower. So work on that. Let's see, at work, we had a really big work deployment on Wednesday night with a lot of accounting stuff, and there's always a big, chance something can go wrong when there's accounting stuff. So I did not make it to my SAA meeting on Wednesday night, but it was nice because my fiance had an errand he needed to run on Wednesday night after I got done with my validation, and I was able to just, ride along with him and spend some time with him to do the errands that we needed to run. So that was some nice quality time with him. On Thursday, so I've been trying to organize a photo shoot for Burley Bottom Designs for the models in Houston that have inspired designs in my shop. Just kind of an opportunity to get everyone together wearing themselves, in a cool conceptual photo shoot. So I was finally able to get it put together, and of course it was scheduled for Sunday morning, Father's Day morning. So I have 12 people in Houston that are represented on different designs for Burley Bottom Designs. 10 of them were able to, and I'm one of those, so 10 of them, including myself, were able to make it to the photo shoot, which was at a bar in Houston called George. It's a sports bar and grill, but it's a gay sports bar and grill. So Thursday night they have steak night at George, and I have never done a steak night at a bar. I tried to once, and the chef wasn't there that one night. So we went to George, and we went to, have the steaks and support the bar, but also wearing a lot of our stuff and trying to pass out the wristbands to draw up some attention and focus on our pop-up for Pride on the 29th. And I was having a really hard time getting over the social anxiety aspect, talking to people I don't know. I'm not ever good at that. I'm really not. Anytime you see me comfortable in a crowd or in front of people and talking, it is absolutely an act that I have learned to control and put on to cover and hide my vulnerabilities. Well, when I'm trying to promote my brand and my art and get people to potentially come and visit me and spend their money, I failed hard on Thursday. I was anxious. I sweat through my tank top. I was trying to give business cards out and trying to give these out. I think I had a decent conversation with like 3 people, and then I told my fiance, I am so sorry, my social battery is drained, my anxiety is on overload, I'm done for the evening, we need to go. Which I saw as a really big problem, because I'm about to have my first pop-up at a really big event with a lot of people I don't know. So it's absolutely, I've got to find a way to put my game face on and pull out that sales character, that charming, effervescent version of myself that I usually use to hide the fact that I'm terrified and vulnerable. My sister was actually excited to find out this week that I also have this type of anxiety, because she's like, I never expected you to have that kind of anxiety. I'm like, I absolutely have that kind of anxiety. So, another fun thing my sister and I have in common, I've just found a different way of coping with it. So anyway, but I did get to meet the manager of the bar, and he was very excited about the photo shoot that we were doing Sunday morning. We were doing it early before the bar opened. I got my photographer, who was recommended by one of my models. His portfolio looked really great, and he was willing to do it pro bono, which is a big plus, because pro bono is my budget. So he was great to work with. I came up with a shot list and what models I wanted where and in what shots, and we were in and out completely in about an hour and a half, and we had planned for about an hour and a half, and we got multiple group shots, multiple small intimate shots, and everyone got an individual shot. So we got more shots than I anticipated. The photographer's working on cleaning up the stuff, so it went really well. It was a fun event. The models got to meet each other. Some of them didn't know each other, some of them did. And I just really enjoyed that. Like all of my inspiration not all of my inspiration, but a lot of my inspiration were people right here wearing stuff that featured them that they loved. It was so awesome, because one of the models is a larger person, which I have no problem with. But he made a comment the other day, because he bought one of my Houston Pride design tanks online, because the larger sizes are only going to be available online. He ordered it and it came, and he's like, I feel sexy wearing this. Check. Big fucking green check. That's what I want to hear. I want to know that you are wearing something that makes you feel sexy. You're wearing something that represents you. You're wearing something that shows maybe a little bit of a risque side of you, but if it makes you feel sexy, big fucking green check. So that made me ridiculously happy when he told me that this weekend. just kind of out of the blue, he's like, I feel sexy when I wear this. I love that. It made me so happy. Let's see. Friday night was kind of standard. Saturday, we had some errands to run in the morning. My son had code class. Then my fiance needed to run and pick up a sign from a house that he had sold or rented. And then we went back to the house for a little bit, and then we went and had dinner with Grandma and Grandpa, because my son was going to spend the night with Grandma and Grandpa so he could wake up with them on Father's Day morning and have breakfast with Grandpa. Also because we had scheduled the photo shoot for Father's Day morning. Initially, I didn't think I had my son Father's Day morning, and when I figured out that I did, because I had messed up my schedule, when I figured out that I did, I'm like, okay, well, I can't move my photo shoot now after I've worked so hard to get it, so we had to come up with an alternative plan. So we were up at like 7 on a Sunday to do the photo shoot. Anyway, my son stayed with Grandma and Grandpa. They said he submerged when he was hungry, so same that he does here. And then we saw him, I then got to see him on Sunday morning after the photo shoot. I'm so excited about the pictures from the photo shoot, seeing them when they're done. So excited. My fiance had helped my son get a Father's Day gift for me. Kind of like, no is not an option. You have to get your dad something, so let's figure that out. I guess my ex's boyfriend or partner asked, my son, do you want to get anything? Do you need any help getting anything for Daddy for Father's Day? No. Father's Day came and went. I was specifically told by my ex, if he asks you this weekend to help get me a gift for Father's Day, do not help him, because he's been offered help and he kept turning it down. Which I hate putting him in that position, but I dropped a few hints and clues this weekend. I didn't give any assistance, I just dropped hints and clues. And the biggest one was on driving him home on Sunday. I was thanking him for my gifts in the car, and I was like, what did you get Daddy for Father's Day? I don't remember. I'm like, that's a really bad answer. So 15 minutes later, we got to, Daddy's house, and I dropped him off, and my ex asked me, he's like, did you say anything or remind him about Father's Day and me at all? And I'm like, I made sure he called your dad. I don't know if he was supposed to call you earlier today or not, because I knew you were seeing him this evening. He's like, I got a text from him 15 minutes ago wishing me happy Father's Day, and that's all I've got. 15 minutes ago would have been when I asked him when he got Daddy for Father's Day. So my ex is not happy. It's not the fact that my son didn't buy a present for him or get a present for him, because it's not about the present. It's about the fact that my son didn't think about anybody else but himself. And that's been a real big problem. And unfortunately, we can't figure out a way to make him care about anybody else. And we are at a loss there. We don't know what to do. I mean, we take away things, we punish him, we try and instill good values, we reward good, we punish bad. It's hard to punish him, he doesn't care about anything. And the only thing he ever cares about is playing on his laptop with his friends. And making our lives miserable if we take that away. Which sometimes we just have to be miserable. But oh my God, it's only gonna get harder with him. It's not gonna get easier. What the fuck? Preteens are assholes. Anyway. So that was my last week. This week is going to be just as crazy because I will be picking up. Even though I took my son home on Sunday, I'll be picking him up on Tuesday and then keeping him through Saturday afternoon. Just some extra time during the summer when I'm taking him when we can. Which I love, having him extra time, even though he just hides in his room. But his grades are still good. He's got friends. He's not getting in any trouble. I mean, I've got to have a gratitude list for the things he's not doing. or the things that he is doing that he's supposed to do. You know, he does his chores. Sometimes I have to remind him, sometimes not. But he's a little shit. I love him. He's a little shit. I was able to at least get a couple of good pictures with him yesterday on Father's Day, and I know that annoys him, but I don't get pictures with him very much anymore, so I made him sit still for it. I'm not sure there was one single picture where we both had a good face. Like either my eyes were closed or his eyes were closed, or the dogs were jumping on us or whatever, but that is exactly how reality is. So I got a picture that captures reality of my son and fur babies on Father's Day, so there you go. My ex was like, did you send anything to your dad? I'm like, my dad's not in the picture anymore. So no, I don't plan to. I had no intention to. He's not somebody I want to celebrate. Anyway, all right, guys. Do apologize that this was a day late, but at least I'm doing it. I think that's the important things. Like even when I'm late showing up to like an SAA meeting, someone once told me, you don't need to apologize for being late. You came. You could have not. I could have not done the vlog, and that would not hurt anybody but me. So in a year or so, when I go back and look at this video, I'll remember that I can grant myself a little bit of grace for being a day late for my vlog. All right, guys, that's all I've got. Check on your friends, make sure they're doing okay. Check on your family, make sure they're doing okay. June 19th, Juneteenth is this week. I hope that everyone observes in the best and most respectful way they can. As a Caucasian person who wants to support diverse and diverse minority groups, diverse and marginalized diversity groups, I don't know what I'm supposed to say with regards to Juneteenth. I don't know if it's Happy Juneteenth. I don't know if I'm allowed to say Happy Juneteenth or if that's offensive in any way, shape, or form. So if I do have any, I know I have friends of color on here, and you don't mind taking a moment to educate someone who really does just want to do the best thing, please let me know how I can best help you celebrate Juneteenth, because it is a celebration for you, not for me. But I want to celebrate with you. I just don't know how, or if that's even okay. And if it's not, that's fine. Just let me know, because I do want to help. I do want to be the better person, or not the better person, but I want to be a better person. And check on yourself. What do you need? I need to know more about Juneteenth. I need to know how to be a better person for that marginalized community that I love very much. Okay, that's it. That's all I got, guys. Next weekend is New Faces of Pride here in Houston. That's the first Pride celebration. I'm not sure where that one is being held. And then the following weekend is Pride 365, which is the traditional Houston Pride celebration. And that's where Burley Bottoms will be represented in our first ever live vended event, which I am both super excited and very terrified of. So, fingers crossed. All right, I'll check in with you guys next weekend. I'll let you know how the week went, and have a good one. Bye.